What's going on, YouTube? Peace and blessings, good praise and honor to the Most High. Hey, real quick, do you remember when I did a story on this?
Just this past Sunday, June 7th, Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer decided to racially attack a black family who was having a family reunion. Jeffrey decides to drive past the family while they're having their event, yell out racial slurs to the family, calling them the N-word. As you see, he's hanging out the window, yelling out racial slurs, and there's another person with him who's driving. The family ignores him because obviously they noticed he was trying to get a reaction. Jeffrey then decides to come back around and yell out some more racial slurs to the family. Once again, no reaction. The family called the sheriff's office to let them know what's going on. 5 minutes later, Jeffrey returns in body armor with an AR-15, decides to pew at the family. You've seen in the video, the family was distraught, ranging from age 5 all the way up to elders, running from their lives from this maniac. As they were doing that, there was one person, Green, a Marine veteran, who decided to take it upon himself to defend the family and start pew-pewing back at Jeffrey, just to hold him off while the family retrieved safety. One person ended up getting shot, and the police finally arrived to arrest Jeffrey. And guess what the fuck they decide to charge him with? Aggravated assault. Not attempt murder on multiple occasions, aggravated assault. And this news is not worldwide. Had this been a white family being attacked by a black man, this shit would have been national, worldwide.
That was a few months ago, give or take. I could be off with my math, so don't quote me on that. Well, I have an update for y'all. I want y'all to take a look at this, and then we're gonna have a conversation.
$50,000 bond for the man that allegedly shot at an entire family reunion full of black people. And for those of you who are saying that I'm creating division by including the fact that this was a black family, the division was created when Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer, a former fire chief, allegedly rode by this family who was, again, just having a family reunion, and he was screaming racial slurs at them. The division was created when he returned wearing body armor with a rifle and allegedly shot at this entire family. The division was created when he was only given one charge of aggravated assault initially. The division was created when he was initially given a $5,000 bond and got out of jail almost immediately. That creates division, not me bringing light to this situation that almost no one is talking about. So let's go over the updated charges, which are now approved by the judge. So instead of that one measly charge, he now has 60 charges. And let's talk about the updated bond of $250,000. The latest hearing was on Tuesday, July 14th, where a judge approved the 59 new charges, bringing the total count to 60. 30 of those are aggravated assault, and 30 of those are possessing a firearm during the commission of a crime. Now, I need to correct one thing. I have been screaming about this case since it first happened, and my initial videos said, where are the attempted murder charges? Where are child endangerment charges? Where are hate crime enhancements? Well, when it comes to attempted murder, Georgia doesn't have that charge. My original research showed me that they have a charge similar, like the attempt to commit murder, but it turns out in Georgia, when someone attempts to commit murder, it typically falls under aggravated assault. Now, that doesn't make much sense in my brain, but it is what it is. I still say that there should be child endangerment charges and hate crime enhancements, but we'll see what happens. Now, back to the July 14th hearing, his attorney was asking for a $175,000 bond, saying something like, this had never happened before and it won't happen again. The state pushed back and said no one can predict how Kinzer will behave in the future. Now, the maximum bond amount we had been hearing was $1 million, but after the judge said that these allegations were some of the most egregious and stupidest acts he had ever seen, and none of this would have happened if Kinzer had stayed home, he gave him a $250,000 bond. Now, some of the family members that were there the day of that family reunion walked out of the courtroom when they heard that $250,000 bond, and I don't blame them. One of those family members, Darius Knight, called it a slap in the face and said he did not believe Kinzer would have received bond if the roles had been reversed, aka if Kinzer was black and the family that was shot at was white. And I have to agree with Darius. Now, there's an important thing to know about another family member. Kiana Leverett explained why the family could not simply avoid him. She lives at the home that Kinzer is accused of firing towards. $250,000 bond for the man that allegedly shot at an entire family reunion full of black people. And for those of you who are saying that I'm creating division by including the fact that this was a black family, the division was created.
This is why it's so important for my black people to stop adopting stereotypes and demonic and toxic ideologies as your parents. Stop letting this rap music rage you. Get into the books. Learn your history. Start surrounding yourself with more educated people. Start having uncomfortable conversations without throwing tantrums and fighting amongst each other. Because it doesn't matter how much money you make, it doesn't matter how hood or gangster or tough you are. Biggest gangsters in the world wear suits and ties and use political power to get their way. They bypass all spiritual doctrine and use worldly desires and pleasures to get away with doing the things that they continuously do. So while you fighting each other and killing each other, you can take that same energy and that same anger and hatred, and I know I said it twice, 'cause for whatever reason, that word seems to drive a lot of us, but it always takes us in the wrong direction. Take that and pour into getting more knowledgeable, because it's not everybody, but it's damn near everybody, and they look just like one. How the hell are you a fire department chief moving like that? How are you police officers moving like that? Politicians, presidents, getting away with doing this shit. And us as the consumer, our commentary is all we got. You mad at them, but you're going out there shooting your own people. Make that make sense. The charges are trash. The fact that he's not being put behind bars for attempted murder or worse is trash. The fact that you're trying to ignore and snuff out our voice really pisses me off. And nah, we're not going to let y'all slide with that. Which is exactly why we are here. This is why I do what I do. So black men and black women and these kids, we can start redirecting and changing our algorithm and our conversations to retrofit areas that really need our attention, not this stupid, goofy nonsense that we be kind of just supporting nonstop. My thoughts and prayers to the family. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I got a bad feeling, man. They're going to try to play in our face again with this shit. But y'all tell me what y'all think. How y'all feeling about this? Did you even know about it?